Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. But before we start, let me know how you like my new lamp. Do you like it? It's my new lamp. But what if I tell you this is not a lamp? It is actually, it's a fan. Yeah. So this is the Nuuk Halo V2 fan. And this is something that I bought recently and I wanted to do a review on this. It's a little different from the other reviews that I do, but I'm honestly so fascinated by this product that I just had to do a review of it. So, the first impressions of the Nuuk. As you can see, the Nuuk is very stylishly built. It's got a very Dyson-like feel. It uses good blends of colors. You have an aluminum rod over here which goes through the unit, very sturdy. You can pick it up. The rest of the places, it uses plastic, plastic here as well. This part is high gloss with capacitive buttons over here for control. And this again is plastic. So they say they've used ABS, but that's just a fancy term for plastic. But yes, whatever materials and colors they've used and blended it together, it makes sense. And aesthetically, I am extremely happy with it. And it can turn into a very cool lamp and a very cool fan as well. Let's talk about what this product is meant for. It's meant to be a floor standing fan. So it uses a BLDC motor. Now, as everyone has heard over the years, BLDC motors are silent and this is silent as well. Now, this has 12 levels of fan control up to level 6, I would say. It's whisper quiet. I mean, you will not know that this fan is working unless there's wind blowing at you. So no noise complaint whatsoever. But after 6, you start hearing the sound. If your area is whisper quiet. As soon as you max out the settings, it's at 60 dB and that's quite audible. So it ranges from 28 dB, somewhere around 5 to 6 level, and up to 60 dB. Now the throw of it is also pretty good. I usually sit at somewhere around 6 to 7 feet away from it. I put it at 6 or 7 maybe, and it honestly does a good job. There's no noise from it whatsoever, and it's enough to keep me cool during the summers. So anything after that, you will start hearing it, and obviously the noise levels do go up. The noise level is not obnoxious, but yes, you can hear it. If you look at the website, they'll say that you can't hear it at all, but if you do max it out, you definitely will hear it. Now let's talk about ergonomics and control. So for control, they've given a remote over here. It's a very basic remote. You can control the lighting, 3 steps of lighting over here. You can control timer, no sound. Then you have vertical control. You have on and off. You can increase the speed, vertical control, horizontal control. Yep. As you can see, whatever stuff you have over here is the same over here. And you have an LED as well, which shows you what settings you have enabled. And oh, there's one more neat trick. So yeah, this is the fragrance diffuser. So whatever fragrance you have, I mean, you obviously can't keep anything liquid. You have to keep something solid in this, maybe camphor or something like that, or maybe potpourri. So stuff like that you can keep over here and then just attach it like that. So there you have it. I mean, this is honestly quite a nice touch. I haven't used it because I have my aversion to fragrances, but people might actually use this. And that is where I would say the story ends as far as pros are concerned. Now, I have a few complaints with this fan, to be honest. Now, the first thing is that instead of making this remote, they should have pushed for an app. And instead of having the controls over here, which honestly I've never used, they again should have had an app. And you don't know what setting there is unless and until you go over here and look at it. I've always used this fan in a sitting position. And if you are sitting, you will not be able to see the LED display which is at it. The LED display should have been somewhere over here or maybe over here, here. There are lot of places where it should be visible to a user once they're sitting, because this is definitely not visible because that angle doesn't work. So yeah, there's my complaint. And a few other complaints, like if you look at the plastics that have been used, it's not that sturdy. The Except for the main aluminium rod over here, the rest of it is quite clunky and wobbles as well. The build quality can definitely improve. It has room for improvement. The rest, this is a piano black finish, which is just an attraction to dirt as well as fingerprints. And apart from that, all again, the plastics, they are harder to clean. There's another neat trick to it. So in case you want to, let's say, clean the fans, then all you have to do is take out this screw, push this over here, and there you have it. You have this completely taken out, and then you can clean the blades of the fan. Yeah, that's pretty dirty. And yeah, you have access to cleaning the entire thing just like that. So for the cons, I would say there's no app control. So you're stuck with this remote. I honestly have just used the remote and that's it. And a few of the settings of on the remote are also inconvenient, I would say. Now for the horizontal swing, you have four settings: 30, 60, 90, 120. And there is no way to put a stop at it or just position it in one position. And to set it at that position is honestly quite hard. The only way that I've been able to do that consistently is placing it exactly where I want it and just switching it on. So setting it in positions that you actually do want it in, this gets very cumbersome when you have just a remote and no app access. And another problem that I found with this fan is when there's power loss. When there's complete power loss, let's say like this. Yep. And here we are getting back in. Now, correctly, an appliance should remember what the last used settings were and it should revert back to that. But in this case, it doesn't. It just stays where it is. Now, if I do push the power button here, this is what happens to it. Anyway, the point is that when there's power loss, then you have to switch it on and off twice so that you can configure it back again to what exactly you want. And this has more problems if you've got any of the swing activated. Another thing that I've found is the vertical adjustment. Now, the vertical adjustment is quite, I would say, a useless feature. I haven't used that feature up until now. Now, the vertical adjustment, it comes in steps of two. Now, the first one is 50 degrees and the second one is 90 degrees. So the 90 degrees is honestly quite useless. I don't think anybody will ever use that function. 50 degrees, I can still imagine maybe some people might find themselves using that, because that is an angle where if someone is standing, let's say at a distance of 7-8 feet, then it'll throw the air right on their faces. So yeah, 50-degree maybe makes sense, 90-degree definitely does not. Apart from the cons that I listed over here, now those cons, obviously I'm nitpicking over here because this product is demanding the twice of what the general floor standing fans demand. So obviously I have to be that level of critical with this product. Despite its quirkiness in some of the user experiences, I would say, the Nuuk does the job. It definitely elevates the space. Wherever you place it, people are definitely going to ask about this. It is a looker and it's definitely a change from the eyesore of the floor lamps that are available in the market. And despite its quirky user experience, I would say, this does the job. Apart from the plastics that they've used, it's a decent build. It gives silent, good airflow. So at 12,000, if you're looking for something that elevates your space and you want a silent floor fan, then this is the product for you. You do have to excuse a few of the flaws that come with the product, but then again, you'll be quite happy with it.